Hello everybody and welcome to my seed showcase. So what we're doing here is generating basically a random seed, and we're gonna check it out and see what we can find, and maybe it will be great, maybe it won't be. If it's a really terrible seed, I obviously won't make a video of it, but if it's a really good seed like what we see right now with the pyramid, and that's the seed, by the way, in the chat right there, so go ahead and screenshot that, copy it, whatever you want to do. And there's also a village over there too. Oh, this is great. So we're in really good shape. This is a very easy seed. So I'm going to do several ratings of different aspects of the seed, like the topography. I'm also going to rate the structures that may be around the spawn area itself, and the overall playability of the seed. Is it an easy seed? Is it a challenging seed? Is it somewhere in between? So that's what I'll be doing toward the end of the video. But I'm also going to use this as a vlog platform to talk to you guys about what's going on during my life and what's going on with the channel. I apologize if I seem tired or not as chipper as I usually am. I've not had a good week. That's part of why there haven't been very many videos up. Also, I have, been prepping for classes starting tomorrow, which I'm recording this on a Sunday, so by tomorrow it's actually today when you're watching the video, so yeah. So that's how that's gonna be. So anyways, some things have happened over the past week. I had a really horrible migraine spell. Didn't really feel like recording that much because of said migraine spell. I also, at the same time, there was a lot of things going on in the neighborhood that were really horrible. A lot of harassment, and a lot of threats, and a lot of violence. It's just been really terrible, and I haven't been in a good mood because of it. I wish I could report that I was, but I'm just not. So that's that, and I don't want to go into too much detail with it because there's a lot of legality involved in this as well, so I'm gonna try to be kind of quiet about details and things like that, and I'm a little embarrassed, so yeah. But the other thing is, my mother's power cord to her laptop broke, so what she had to do was get a new one, and while she was waiting for the new one to show up, she was borrowing my laptop, so I didn't really have any time to record because I wouldn't have my laptop for very long because I was letting my mom use it, which I have no problem doing, and I'm glad that she was able to use my laptop for a couple of days, But yeah, that was going on too, so yeah, it's just what's been going on in my life right now has gotten to the point where I don't feel comfortable walking up and down my street. I don't feel comfortable in my house. I basically don't feel comfortable. And I won't feel comfortable until we are able to get out of this living situation. And we're making attempts to do that. I mean, people keep saying to us, have you thought about moving? No, really? You really think that after everything that has happened to us in the last few months that we would never consider moving? Of course we're going to move. We don't have the money to move. And I seriously think some people do not understand that moving is expensive. It's not something where you can just pack up and move every time you turn around. And, that's the other thing. There's a YouTuber whose channel I follow who moves all the time because he has the money to do that. And, he can do whatever he wants with his money, he can do whatever he wants with his life, blah, blah, blah. But I get the impression from the way that he talks and everything that he doesn't really appreciate the things that he has, and things like that really infuriate me because I have always been without. I don't have the option to move every time I want to move. When I move, it has to be a place where I know I'm going to be able to stay a while. I can't pack up and go every few months, and so many people have treated us like as if it's no big deal, oh, you can move and then the problem will be solved. No, the problem won't be solved. It's not that simple. And it just infuriates me. And I think a lot of people who have been in the same position as me can understand that. So, that's my feeling on that, and I really wish people would stop saying that to me. It's very, I don't know, there's something about it too that's like, you're talking to me like I'm an idiot. You know, like I've never ever considered getting out of the situation. Like, it's not gonna get better. So, just don't talk to me like I'm an idiot. So, yeah, but, you know, getting back to the Seed Showcase itself, I would definitely say for the topography that it's about 2 out of 5 stars, because I'm going to do this, you know, up to 5 stars, and it's definitely 2 out of 5, because topography is pretty boring. It's a plains, some hills, and a desert. It's really not that interesting. So in terms of like amazing looking mountains or anything like that, it's just not that exciting. But yeah, I mean, in terms of structures, I would definitely give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, I've seen some really incredible structures around a spawn that are worthy of 5 stars, and this definitely is not. But it's still really awesome at the same time. Like, if there was a dungeon here, I would definitely give it 5. But it's definitely a 4 out of 5. It's a very large, what do you call it, village as well, too, which is great, because, you know, village, with, a blacksmith and whatnot. Like, yeah, I'm not really used to doing commentary for these kinds of things, but anyways, and, you know, there's a blacksmith over there, there's, you know, tons of librarians, so in terms of, getting an enchantment table, that will, be really good. In terms of difficulty, I would say this is probably a medium difficulty seed, because even though we have so many things, I haven't seen a cave yet, and it's already kind of hard to, find coal. As coal appears. Coal appears just as I say that. So yeah, but it is a little difficult to find things, I think, despite having, you know, the nice start with the temple and the village and whatnot. So yeah, resources I think is going to make it kind of like a medium difficulty. But yeah, going back to what's going on with the channel, because classes are going to be starting this week, you're going to see a lot of Mineplex stuff, like really short videos that I can record in a very short period of time without having to worry too much about homework and things like that. So that being said, it's going to be a lot of Mineplex stuff. This series is really just going to be on Sundays, which is my vlog day. But I'm doing it on a Monday because I'm lazy. But anyways, so it will be, let's see, a lot of Mineplex stuff. If I have the time, I might do something for Let's Play with Clay or Sims 4, but it depends. But yeah, this week is going to be pretty crazy. But don't think that I've like abandoned the series or anything, because I haven't. I just haven't really had the time or the stamina to record a 20 to 30 minute video, like I kind of do today, but not really. So one of the things I want to do right here is put in the furnace and start cooking some stuff. Like food. Food is a good thing to cook. You know, you always want to have food. The gardens are out there, I just want the meat for right now, because that's a bit easier for me. So yeah, I'll get the bed going, and that will be good too. So, where do I want to put said bed? I think I'm going to get rid of this stuff right here, because this is annoying, and it doesn't really need to be there. I kind of wish that Minecraft would actually make furniture items. that would just make so much sense. I mean, there's furniture mods, both vanilla and, you know, user created and everything, and that's fine, but furniture would be nice other than just the bed. So you don't have much. I thought I clicked on the librarian before, but I guess not. That is a really terrible trade. That is probably the worst trade I've ever seen. You know, I think Mojang really needs to make the trades a little bit more balanced, because 30 emeralds and a book to get Smite 2. Especially with how we can actually see what enchantments we get, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me to spend that amount of resources for Smite 2. I can get Smite 4 from enchanting, which is easier and actually faster. So that's really silly. I mean, maybe doing that trade would open up the possibility of something better, but it could also open up the possibility of something worse. It's not really worth it. So balance it out a little bit. And that weird pyramid-looking mountain is kind of interesting. So I'm not changing the topography rating. We're still at 2 stars. But is this a cave over there? I think it might be, but there's something else that I want to get to before I go any further. Okay, sorry about that. Minor interruption, and nothing too big. So anyways, this, and I want to get an axe, and I want to go get some, what am I thinking about? Wood. Wood is what I want to get. A lot of wood. See, this is what happens when I record my commentary while I'm playing the game. Yeah, I think we're okay with torches in here, but I'm very different from when I like rehearse what I'm gonna say while doing Let's Play with Clay. And yeah, I usually have a plan for those episodes, but this is like a random seed showcase where we're just going with it. We don't really have a goal here, so yeah, this is definitely a cave, so I'll be going down in there shortly, but I really want to get wood. Wood is, like, strangely enough, probably the most important resource in this game. Like, you wouldn't think that it would be. You think, oh, it's definitely diamonds, but after a while, diamonds get to be pretty useless. Wood, however, you're always going to need wood. No matter how long you play the game, wood will always be necessary. And I'm kind of hoping too, speaking of things that are necessary and finding, you know, resources and going through different things, I think this will be a good series for just showing people how to get started in the game. You know, for people who don't need like a childish kind of tutorial, because there are like Minecraft tutorials for kids and also ones that are childish that talk to you like you're a moron who's never played a video game before. And I don't think very many people who have never played a video game, well, that's disappointing. It's very disappointing actually, but I don't think very many people excuse me, sorry. I don't think very many people who have played a video game would, where'd he go? Be interested in Minecraft is what I'm trying to say here. No! It could have been my chance at an ender pearl. No, come here. He's probably whacking into the cactuses. Stupid teleporting. So anyways, I think now is a good time to do some farming because of farming and reasons, and you know, because of reasons known as farming and food, and potatoes are the best source of food in this game. Maybe that's kind of a moot point for some people, but I think they're the best resource in the game. I know my best friend agrees with me. We've actually talked about this a few times. you know, and it's funny because I just refer to my best friend assuming that you guys know who she is. Her username on YouTube is Anani Pig. She's linked in the description. Go check out her channel. She's awesome. Her Draw My Thing videos are probably the most hilarious videos that I've ever watched. Her commentary is very different from mine. She's got a very different sense of humor than what I have, and she's a hell of a lot funnier than I am. So, yeah, like, you know those comedians that can do that, like, slow delivery comedy, and they do it in a way that is very, I'm gonna ignore that little potato there, but they do it in a way that is very, how could I put it? It's very crafty and very clever, and it sits in your mind for a minute, and then you're, like, thinking about it, and you just, like, burst out laughing. Well, she can do that. It's like a little pond there. And she can do it in a way that is just so much better than, like, anybody else that I know. So, yeah. And she doesn't really, like, try to do it, too. She'll say, I'm not trying to be funny, it just happens. Because it does, you know. So, if you're wondering why I'm just, like, running around randomly, topography looks a little bit better over here. And, you know, this is a nice little area, but, eh. You know, the floating blocks and everything all over the place are kind of like, bleh. But anyways, like, I'm trying to find caves. Really good caves, because I'd like to go mining. And I will, put the coordinates up on the screen at some point, too. When I find a suitable cave. Excuse me, I just hiccuped. Or at least, you know, a somewhat suitable cave. So, yeah, sometimes, you know, I find a plains or a forest biome that just has caves all over the place, and then, okay, that was some interesting lag. Or, you know, I find, like, no caves at all, and it does not make any sense. Like, that's another thing that Mojang needs to balance, is cave generation. It's kind of silly. I mean, this does definitely make it a medium difficulty map because of, you know, this right here. So, yeah. But I'm gonna try to make these seed showcases 20 minutes. And we're getting close, I think, to the 20-minute mark, kind of, but not really. Well, I have a timer right now, so let me put the coordinates on the screen before I forget. So there they are. So this is where you can find coal. There might not be anything else in here, but hopefully there will be at least some iron. Some iron would be nice. I hope it goes down further, because I would really like to find diamonds. No, it's definitely not going to go down any further than this. Fine, be that way. It's alright, no big deal. I really want diamonds anyways. I didn't do anything with, like, ore spawn settings like I did with Let's Play with Claire or any other series that I've done, simply because that's not what we're doing this time around. We're doing a seed showcase as the seed shows up without anything added to it. So, yeah. So there we go, and now I have to figure out how to get back to the village so that I can be safe. It is very convenient, I have to say, to find a village when you first spawn, because then you've got some fantastic shelter. I've actually seen people, though, who do Let's Plays who genuinely is not the word, but who actually go to a village and then leave and build a shelter. That is a massive waste of resources, and it's just foolish, because you have shelter right there. Just live in their houses. It's so much easier. I've done it all the time. So, yeah. And these are people who have played Minecraft for years and years and years and years, who have played Minecraft longer than me. I have a thing about people that play games that use certain aspects of the game the wrong way. Like, people, here's a good example. Crobat. In any Pokemon game, people do not use Crobat the right way. Crobat is a flying type and a poison type. Therefore, you give it flying and poison attacks. I mean, come on. And it's ridiculously fast, and people try to use it for, like, they'll put, you know, attacks like Brave Bird on it, and they try to make it like an attacking Pokemon, and it's not. It's a strategy type Pokemon. The best moveset that you could ever give Crobat is Toxic, Fly, Roost, and Confuse Ray. And if you don't believe me, or you question why you would want to use a moveset like that, well, go put it on a Crobat and test it out yourself. And then you will understand. Because I can't really explain it right now because I don't have enough time. So, yeah. Maybe I'll make a video about it or something, like, you're all doing it wrong, but I'm not going to. But yeah, this is a good amount of resources for the start of a game. I like this a lot. I think this is really well done. So, I'm going to go into F5, and I'm going to thank you guys very much for watching. Excuse me, guys. And I will see you guys in the next seed vlog, and hopefully it'll be a really good seed.